Go monster got my toys. What are my toys? My toys.
Welcome everyone to another awesome edition of Mon Toys, man. Along with that Saget, I got that Blanka. Oh hell yeah, man. I knew a Blanka in high school, but she was a lot better looking than the one we have here. Or is it the opposite? I don't know, man. But this one right here is fire, dude. As you can see, we have it in the Jada Toys arcade packaging, man. We got the health meters here at the top. We got player 1, player 2. You got player 1 and 2 button controllers right there. Blanka, Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challengers. You know, I recently just downloaded this game on the Switch. So, yeah, I've been playing this. And by the way, I didn't notice that they changed the voices, man. You know, he doesn't say Tiger. Saga doesn't say it like he used to say it in, like, on Super Nintendo. Anyway, yeah, man, he looks pretty cool. He got that grimy looking face. You know, I was we'll talk about it more when I open it, but I wasn't sure if the face that we're currently looking at, the one that's on his body, really matched how he looked, you know. I feel like the open mouth face, that one looks like a Blanka. And then suddenly I had this thought to myself. I remember when I was young that people were making a big deal about the new faces that Street Fighter 2 characters had, you know, and I was like, oh yeah, that was like a big deal. And I think this is where the faces started to change. They got new profiles, and you know, that's the one right there for Blanka. Anyway, let's turn him around. Oh, by the way, he's also huge, you know, in comparison to that Dawson. He is as big. The packaging is as big as Sagat's. So yeah. Vega right here. We got a short description of Blanka. Country of origin, Brazil, Manu Pele. You know, the fighting style, electricity, and feral maneuvers, man. Oh, I think that means he bites you, right? Because he will bite you. Like, what is this dude? Is he like an animal, or is he like a mutated person? I've never seen a Brazilian like this before. Anyway, as you can see, we got Blanka, and then we got all the people in the video game, man. So, we're getting closer to completing this whole set, so I'm very excited. You know, nothing fancy. A nice, easy picture of him, and then on the back, some more pictures of on the side, some more pictures of the other characters. But I'm really happy to get this one out the box. Let's go ahead and do so. I'll see you guys on the other side. Peace.
Yo, what is going on? I am the Ugo Monster. I am an independent hip-hop artist from the San Francisco Bay Area, Richmond to be exact, and a lifelong action figure collector. As an independent artist, I create my own music, shoot my own videos, build and manage my website, and I make action figure reviews. You can find my music on all streaming platforms. If you'd like to purchase my music, which that'd be dope, you can do so at ugomonster.com. Thank you for your time, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Back to the show. Peace.
And here we have him, Blanka, man. And what can I say about Blanka, man? I got a chance to play with this figure actually before talking about it. Usually I don't do that. I open it, and then I talk about it, then I pose it, and then I play with it. So yeah, man, this guy's pretty cool, man. I really like the hair right here, you know, on his knees or shins actually, and then hair on his forearm, and it sticks out. It's just not painted on, you know. That's what I like. And then the hair right here on his midsection, you know, that's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? And then he got these shackles, man, and like I thought these were like super, you know, weak and plasticky, but I mean, they have a bit of weight to them. You know, they make a clink sound. And why, you know, this guy got shackles on his feet, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, what is Blanka's, like, he's a dude, a mutated dude or something, you know. I know he's a monster. He bites people, you know. I know a lot of rappers who do that, but, you know, this guy, he bites folks, so he's got to be like some kind of genetic freak or something, right? Got sharp ass teeth. Anyway, then you got the shorts right here. You got some texture right here in the shorts. Pretty dope. Like the whiteness right here is pretty tight, you know. The outline of it, the whitewash at the bottom. Yeah. And then some more white around here. And then we have a nice little head sculpt, man. The hair is like really rubbery. But for the most part, it got a lot of texture to it. There's differences. There's like levels to his hair, right? Like they come out. It's just not one big painted kind. It's not like Jean Grey's hair on the Marvel's Legends. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, very fluffy. I mean, very. Well, it looks fluffy. It's not too plasticky on it. It's very rubbery. It's not too hard. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Usually, I would expect this to be very hard, but you can like flex it a little bit. Squeeze it. So, but yeah, man. So let's talk about before we get into articulation. I want to talk about his accessories because I want to go ahead and switch out his face. Like he comes with two pairs of hands. Like check these out right here. These are the gripping hands, and then there's a lot of details in the nails, man. They're pointy, they're white. It's like, yeah, man, it's just so nice. There's texture. You see like the veins coming out. Pretty dope. But yeah, like I said, I want to go ahead and switch the hands out on this already because, well, actually, before we do that, let's talk. I'll switch him out in just a bit. And then he comes with this alternate head sculpt, which is my favorite, man. Look at this, man. Looks like a beast right here. What do you think? Look at that. So dope. Look at the teeth. Sharp teeth, the tongue, sculpted. You could like put a cigar in there. It's an open mouth. It's just not a painted mouth like that Mayfix Carnage. Which I think it worked for that figure. I haven't pulled it out yet. I got to do that one next. But yeah, look at that. Nice. And then he comes with these electrifying effects, which, by the way, are super dope. You know what I'm saying? Look, it starts off at the bottom as yellow. As you progress going up, you see white. It's not just one solid color. And they aren't just the same, versions of each other. They're different. Like this one's goes up higher. These electrifying effects are going to be dope because he has that maneuver. But yeah, like if you wanted to pose this for like a storm or an electro, yeah, man, this is dope. See, these are the ones that stand out. You know what I'm saying? These right here are sick. Like you could apply it to any figure that has an electrifying maneuver or some type of electrifying technique or power. But yeah, man, it's just really dope. They're easy to stand. I'm glad that they're both different and they're not the same. And there's detail even in this. And this figure was only $30. All right, so let's go ahead and switch out my man Blanka and pull the head out right. And here we have Blanka with the alternate head sculpts and the alternate hands. Yeah, man, he looks really dope. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about articulation. How far can this man look up? He's on a ball joint on the head, and then there's articulation on the neck, which I like. Like this was listening to hip hop. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Dope. And then, he can look. That's how far he can look up because the hair hinders it. I mean that was gonna happen. No big deal. Anyway, and then we have butterfly joints. So boom, you can make them do look. It's pretty dope. Like, hey, yo, I'm telling somebody a secret or something, right? Articulation, like I said, butterfly joints, and then we got swivel right here at the shoulder, double jointed elbows, and then swivel and a hinge on the hand or at the wrist, boom, which is dope. Pinless, by the way. And then we got a nice diaphragm cut. We got swivel at the waist. So if you wanted to make this guy crunch down, look. Damn, dude. Look at that. Yeah. And then we have swivel right here at the thigh, which is nice. If a dude is wearing shorts, it should always have a cut or a swivel right there, And so, like I said, if a character has some shorts of some kind, there should be a swivel at that part. It's very unnoticeable. I don't know if the M Bison, like the figures with pants, if they have that. Anyway, double jointed knees. Boom. Dope. And there's also swivel at the calf. Look at that. You're not messing around with Jada Jameson. Jada Toys articulation, man. I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice that when I was playing with it. I didn't know it had swivel right there at the calf, right? Boom, that's dope. And then of course, a hinge at the bottom, at the foot, and swivel. You know what I'm saying? What more can you ask for? The articulation on this thing is bomb. You're gonna be able to get this man into some dope poses. Yeah, I really liked how he came out with the how he looked like when I posed him with the electrifying effects. That shit was tight. Anyway, let's get him a nice little pose. Bam. All right, let's do some comparisons. Here we have him against a few Marvel Legends. We have him against the Retro Lizard. That guy looks okay. But then we got him right next to the Beast, man. X-Men, that looks dope. That'd be a nice little fight, Beast against Blanka. The colors, hella blue, one hella green. And by the way, I always thought that Blanka was like a darker green, man. A darker green, and the chest hair and all that was like really, really dark red. It might have been an alternate version of Blanka, but yeah. All right, let's do another one. Here we got him next to some other Jada Toy Street Fighter action figures. You know what? I didn't make a review on these two. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the comments below. I know this is like a sidebar, but sometimes I find myself like, yo, man, I'm not going to open these toys until I do a review. And then they never get opened. So I was like, man, what am I doing, man? That's not why I bought these toys anyway. I buy them to display them, you know what I'm saying? But doing reviews are really cool, and I always like to do them, you know what I'm saying? But I can't forget the fact as to why I do it. It's because I like playing with the toys, opening them, and then showcasing them on the shelf. But I also like doing this too. But anyway, so yeah, man. So DJ and Phelan, look how dope, how different each figure is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the cool thing about Street Fighter. I was playing the game. You got a whole variety of characters you can select from all different kind of places in the country. They got T-Hawk from Mexico. Some crazy shit, man. Very you got Chun-Li, you got Cammy. And you know what I noticed too? There's only 2 girls in the whole line. You know what I'm saying? But Cammy and Chun-Li. But unless call anyway, I'm a faulty joke. But yeah, man, you got these 2. These 3 right here. All right, let's see what else we have. And here we have them against Marvel Legends Hulk. I think that's 80th anniversary. X-Men Marvel Legends 97 action figure Logan Wolverine. Yeah, man, look how small Wolverine is. Yeah, it's just it's dope. Look at that green against Blanka. See, I was expecting Blanka to be that green, but yeah, my favorite part about the reviews is doing the comparisons. Sometimes I don't even talk about the heights or the real differences, but sometimes I just like seeing them to like different toys next to the action figure that I'm displaying. It just looks dope. But yeah, that Hulk look grimy. But yeah. All right, so what are my final thoughts? I think he's dope, man. If you're trying to complete the Jada Toys Street Fighter line, you're definitely going to have to get this Blanka, How many of you guys, let me ask you guys a question, are getting the alternate versions, player 2 versions of these figures? Like, I wanted to get them, but then I didn't want to go into that rabbit hole of having many versions of the actual action figure like I do all my other toys. It's just because, like I said, I like Street Fighter, but I'm not a huge fan. But I do. And another reason is because I kind of like just having the one dope version of them, But yeah, I don't know. I really thought about getting them. I remember the name now. I remember when I was doing the Sagat review, I couldn't remember. But the Storm Arena Street Fighter toys look dope. Like the articulation on it looks tight. It's great. But anyway, yeah, man. Like if you're trying to complete the Jada Toys one, this is perfect. It's a bang for your buck. 20 or 30 bucks. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna beat this. And Jada Toys is killing it, man. They're super dope pinless, good price, dope articulation, the head sculpts, the texture, everything about these figures I like, man, And it's nah, dude. I'm sorry, man. When I compare it to a Marvel Legends, I can't see myself buying that Maximum Spider-Man or Maximum Hulk when you got something for $50 and you got something like this. It's just, we already got hella Hulks and stuff. So, nah, man. What I'm trying to say is that this toy's dope. Jada Toys is killing it. Nice price point. Dope articulation. Pinless joints, and it's just dope. It's just, I can't, sometimes you like an action figure and you really just like how it looks, and these figures right here, I instantly was like, man, these look dope. I gotta have it, and sometimes you ain't gotta know a lot about the character. That's one thing about Deadpool for me. Sorry that I digress, but like Deadpool was never really one of my favorites. I always just thought he looked tight, and that alone made me want to get into him. Like, okay, and that figure was like dope. Same thing with Spawn. Anyway, but yeah, man, we talking about Blanka. Not Blanka for Richmond High, but Blanka. Yeah, man, go ahead and I would say get this figure, man. This is like they've only pulled out 11 characters, right? This might be the 10th one for me. I got the Vega on pre-order right now. I think it's in my Power Loop finally, and then I'm gonna go ahead and bring that here and maybe do a review on that one and keep going. Keep at it with adding to my collection of Street Fighter figures. But yeah, man. Anyway, much love to each and every one of y'all. If y'all got any questions, let me know in the comments below. What's your favorite Jada Toy Street Fighter figure? Are you gonna collect this one? Let me know. I'll see you guys on the other side. Peace.
I got hella action figures. Damn right. The collection keeps getting bigger. Hell yeah. Man, will it ever stop? Hell no. I don't know, look what I bought. New stuff. Brand new exclusives. Comic-Con, watch you do this. I buy them when they're on sale. Oh hell, that's the lie I tell. Gotta have all the Marvel Legends. Why is Deadpool so expensive? Got a 0 interest credit card. My family should be alarmed. Oh yes, CFA at its gots. Montoys, collectors hating gots. Montoys, Crush Comics gots. Montoys, what are Montoys? My toys. CFA at its gots. Montoys, collectors hating gots. Montoys, Crush Comics gots. Montoys, what are Montoys? My toys. What you know about articulation and the advanced stances I be making?